Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we are currently working on expanding out these sections of highway. It has unfortunately been a little bit slower than I would have liked. Definitely slower than expected. But let's just take this right on out here. Let's lock that only to angle. And let's make sure that we're on the right altitude. That tends to help. And we're just going to bring this right on over. Excellent. And we'll just drop each of these pillars right about here. In theory, this should be nice and clean doing it this way. Hopefully, it'll end up going nice and quickly as well. So just drop that right out over there for now. Now, I'm not sure where exactly over here this vertical highway will go, and we really probably should figure that out. So let's go ahead and do so. So that would mean grabbing this guy out here, and it would be pretty much right here. Okay. So we'll just put that there for now. This is not the angle that I wanted necessarily, but it'll mark the point, so that'll be fine for the moment. And I want to turn snapping on here. Okay, this is definitely not helping. Cool. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to build this out over to here, and then we'll just build this up to here. There we go. That will mark it for us nicely. Yeah. Cool. So that'll end up being pretty much right there, right? I want this to snap only to the angle, though. And there we go. Now we can eliminate this section of road. We can leave this here. That's absolutely fine. We're going to want to expand out all of these, but I think for the time being, what we should do is we should simply get our on-off ramps going over here. Hopefully this will go nice and quickly. And let's turn snapping on for that. And, oh, this is not Curve Tool. Curve Tool generally helps. No doubt about that, especially when you're expecting Curve Tool. So we'll go somewhere around there and then somewhere around... This is awful. Okay, somewhere around there. I mean, that's still pretty awful, if I'm honest. Of course, this needs to get flipped around. I need to get better at making these more symmetrical. That is definitely a failing right now, and I don't think that's the game's fault, to be honest. I think I'm just really bad at making these symmetrical. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical for right now. We can just do something like this. No left turn allowed here. Phenomenal. That'll do. Moving on for the moment, we can head over here, and then that would come out about here and go in about here. That'll do. Hopefully we don't have a slope too steep here. We do. So the reason I had this so short up over on this side was because of a pillar issue. But if we don't have that pillar issue, we can do something like this. That is very asymmetrical. That is too asymmetrical. So we're going to try that again, this time bringing it out over here or so. That's even more asymmetrical. Okay. I'm so bad at this. I think that's what we had previously. So I honestly think it has to do with the snapping, like the way that it snaps here. So what if we snapped only to angle as a hypothetical, and then we look to bring this in something a bit more like that? So that would be something that would work if I built it like that on both sides. I don't think I'm going to, but as a proof of concept here, we could bring this out somewhere around here and then bring it in up around here, right? And we could turn off that snapping, and then we could definitely... Oh, hello. Apparently we're a metropolis now. Okay, cool. That works. Sure. And, I mean, hang on. Is it just me, or does this feel not straight? Oh boy, here we go again. Let me just see here. I'm just looking at this center point here. I think this actually is the lay of the land here, unlike previously. We had this on just angle degrees, so I think that this is actually straight, looking at it in position of like relative positions of the road, right? So that's 113 there. That's 112 there. Yeah, this is actually straight. So, okay. We managed to get away with that one. Phenomenal. So we have slope too steep going on in the north and south here. I'm going to take it out in the south, and we'll see how this goes. That slope too steep right here. That's interesting because this is not really a particularly steep area. If we were to put this in here, this is actually in the right place-ish. Okay. I don't think it's exactly the right place. So we'll build this through here, like so. Put in this... Okay, it just works now. Cool. Thanks, City Skylines. I don't think I changed anything, but now it works. Phenomenal. So we are then going to build our on-off ramps over here, and they'll probably be nice and asymmetrical. Especially if I don't use the curve tool. That does tend to matter. So we'll just bring this guy up around here. There we go. And then bring this out over here. That'll do. Forbid our left-hand turns. It's so asymmetrical. Okay, I'm very bad at this. I think we need to just accept that at this point and be like, you know what? It's just bad. I'm bad at this. And that's okay. I can be bad at things. I frequently am bad at things. So that is absolutely fine. No left turns allowed there. And this would be a roundabout if we extended this highway up. We're not going to do that just yet. We've got this section of on-off ramps to do. So that's okay. We're going to bring this guy up. There we go. And then out over here. Cool. That'll do. No left turn allowed here. No left turn allowed here. And finally, this area up over here. Not there for the angling, though. More like there. Cool. That'll do. And finally, no left turn allowed, there or there. Okay, so that's all the on-off ramps done for this highway. In theory, do we have them here? Yes, we do. Okay, all is looking good there. So we need this vertical highway here, and then we need this vertical highway here. So let's get this one done. So we're just going to extend this guy out over here. I don't love where this pillar is right now. I'm going to take that back, because this pillar does need to get reworked. I want this pillar to be here. There we go. Snap only to angle, please. Thank you very much. And we'll just bring this right on up. And we'll drop the pillar there. Yeah, this is looking fine so far. That's an overlapping item. Okay, so we may have to elevate this a little further here. That does indeed appear to be the case. And given the elevation here, I'm not shocked about that. We can just drop a pillar there for now, and we're not planning on expanding further up here. I would be shocked if we were able to just drop a roundabout in here. Yeah, so slope too steep on this side and this side. So in the past, we were able to just take that out, rebuild this section of road to be straight through instead of potentially being two segments. Like that. And now it works. Okay. Fantastic. Is this off center? It is. Yes, this highway is crooked. Okay. I believe that's because I didn't have the snapping on correctly at the beginning of it. I suspect that's what's going on there. Okay, so we want to have this come out here. Snap only to the 180 degree angle. And let's try this one more time. Good thing that we didn't build in all of the... yeah, this'll do. Maybe not. Good thing that we didn't build in all of the off-ramps before I noticed that. So that is absolutely fine for the moment. I want to snap to here, then only snap to angle. This is an awkward setup here. I'm going to drop a pillar here and see if we can't get this pillar... Not really pillar situation. This intersection working a little bit better. We might have to have snap to geometry on. Ooh, it just doesn't like this. Okay, I'm going to take all of that out for the moment. And we're going to rebuild this section of highway straight on through here. And then we'll try it from the other side. And this, we knew that we had to go up a little bit previously. Let's turn snapping to geometry on. We'll do something like that. And then this guy will drop a pillar here. And then we're just going to head over like that. Okay, that'll do for now. Again, I would be shocked if this roundabout just worked. Yep, we need to take this side out for the moment. Now it's this side. That's actually two good sides for it to be, because now we can put the roundabout in there, and we can simply connect these in theory, very, very easily. So let's see how that ends up going here. That returns slope too steep. Can we get rid of just this section of highway? No, we'll have to get rid of that whole thing, but that's okay. So this would come in... Was that snapped correctly? That is. And then this would come in... Well, I would want this to be snapping like this, right? And then it would have to come up over here like this. Yes. That'll do the trick. Then we want to have this section of highway that comes out this direction. Only snap to angle. And this is going to have to be less high. Yes. Like that. That'll do the trick. Some awkwardness through here, no doubt about that, but let's see about this intersection then. So, let's get that done here. That's giving slope too steep. But this works. Okay, can we do the roundabout? It's just fine. Okay, cool. So that's absolutely okay. I like it. So this section, of course, needs its on-off ramps, and then we'll just need to do this section of highway over here. We're actually cruising along pretty good here. I like it. So let's start in over here, getting our highways in curve tool. That tends to help. And let's just bring this guy on up and down and in. Horrible, horrible symmetry, but it's okay. It will be functional. So from here, we're of course going to spread this out over here. That is a 27% grade. That is a spicy grade. No doubt about it. I think we're going to have to do something about this road. Okay, so the way that we're going to handle this one is we're going to grab the level terrain. Actually, I'm going to grab the slope terrain tool. Let's grab this height here. And we'll just even out this slope. There we go. Something about like that. Then we can see this section is quite low, but that's okay. I want to run this road up to about here, then bring it over like that. Now this will have to be smoothed out, no doubt about that, but we can work on that a little bit here. I think the bigger thing that we need here is these sections of road to be rebuilt. I think that what we really need is this to come in here, although that was at 179. I'm sure it's close enough. And then this guy up here gets rebuilt down over here. Like that. Okay. Now, in theory, let's see how this goes on this grade. It's probably still going to be pretty rough, but let's see how it goes. So if we're going over this way to start, we might have to have this be pretty wide out. Oh, that's not bad. That's only an 18.6% grade now. That slope too steep there, but we can bring it in here. That works. Okay. No left turn here or here. Excellent. So next up is going to be this over here. Cool. Just had to turn the camera to be facing the correct direction. And we'll do something like this. No problem there. And then a similar off-ramp up here. Beautiful. So that's going to go something like that, and then something like that. These are so asymmetrical. Okay. There we go. That'll do. So we're done over here with that vertical highway now. That's all we needed to do there. This is a lot of additional meta blocks, by the way. That's a whole lot of additional meta blocks. So let's head down over here real quick and grab this position. And we are, of course, going to elevate this up, and we're going to... Oh, this is a curve tool. I want this to be actually straight line tool. We're going to drop a pillar here, 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 and then merge this in. Cool. Let's grab this position. Snap only to angle. Drop a pillar in each of these locations. Fantastic. Same thing here. This definitely seems to be a much better workflow. I like it. So we'll do something along the lines of this. Oh, that one didn't build. Hang on a moment. Get over here. There we go. Now that's going to need to extend slightly further. Not very much further, all things considered. So right about there. Yeah, that'll do the trick. Cool. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Can we put in a roundabout here? No, but it's on the top and the right side. That's good. That's very good, because that means that the intersection is still in the same place. So that is wonderful. Then we can extend this guy out to here. And this guy, well, we should probably back this off a little further. And that can come in down here. That's still sloped too steep. Okay. I'm not shocked about that, though. So if we did this, would that overlap? It does. And it's also still sloped too steep. I mean, this is pretty steep. So I'm not super surprised about that one. I would think about elevating this, but if we did, I think this side would get sloped too steeped. So we don't necessarily want that. What other options do we have here? Well, we could alter our elevation step, right? And we could just bring this down to here. And then look to bring this in, right? Alternatively, we could take this whole section out and relink this from here. Looking to do this about there to maximize the grade. Then this would come in over here and it would cross like this now. And that just works. Phenomenal. Okay. We do need a roundabout down here, of course. This should be reasonably simple. Yep, no problem there. And what about over here? No problem there. What was going on with this? Do we have like a ramp here? Kind of a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, now as far as the on-off ramps over here go, I think we have enough space, although it's gonna be close. No doubt about that. We'll see how this goes. But I'm going to hope that we have enough space here. We should turn up our elevation step. Right-clicking this doesn't cycle it in the other direction. Interesting. Okay, well, we definitely want to bring this guy in about here, right? That'll be fine. And then this out over here. There we go. No left turn. No left turn. Then up here, we hope that we can get the off-ramps in here. We are definitely having a squishy amount of space here. That's a pillar issue there. So we need to bring this out and then in about... That slope too steep. We could do it there. Sure. That'll do. So this will need to be like here or so, I think. That slope too steep. We could do it out here. Okay. So that'll just mean that this needs to be moved back further, right? So that's fine. No major issue there. Okay, yeah, I guess that'll do. It's definitely not symmetrical, but that's fine. Okay, so it'll end up being something kind of like that. Now for out over here. Phenomenal. So that'll come... Hang on, this is the wrong direction. We'll get this guy out over here. And then this guy out over here. Cool. There we go. And this road will actually need to be slightly extended. Just out to the city limits here. There we go. some of these will need to be extended as well because they're not fully out to the city limits. So let's just get those built in now before we move through here with on-off ramps, including you if we can. I don't think that's going to build. Okay, that's relatively fine. Now, this is going to be a bit of a mess. I'm not sure how we're going to handle that one just yet. This is all elevated here. It's quite a bridge. Okay, that's going to be a little complicated. For the time being, we'll tackle that one later, I think. Let's get this out of here for now. Get the roundabout in here. And let's get this extended right on in. Cool. That'll be fine, and this roundabout's already in, so that looks okay. Let's get our setup over here. There we go. Looks good, and this will be fine. No left turns allowed here or here, and we're ready to move on. I like it. Next up, sure, here will work due to the pillar issue. And then somewhere around there. That is not particularly symmetrical, but it will function. So we'll call it good for now. If we want to go back and change it, we can. But for right now, we'll call it good. It's nice and quick, at any rate. Okay, so now we arrive at this area. And this is where things are going to get spicy. I'm not sure exactly how spicy. First things first, we're going to need to remove this section of road. Definitely. I'm wondering if we could almost get underneath this and have this, like, overpass our highway here. That would be an interesting way to go about it, actually. That might not be a terrible idea here. So if this were to come through like this, actually, it just works. That is remarkable. And then this would need to eventually elevate back up, right? So that would need to come back up over, like, something along the lines of this. I am shocked that that worked. Now, if I recall correctly, we cannot extend out our 3-lane highway structure here. We had extended that out to the city limits. So we would have to expand our city limits further in order to do that.
That was truly superfluous.
And we may have to.
You're listening to Second Moon Radio,
I think that we probably do for our on-off ramps over here. So let's just extend this out over this way. I'm not going to go all the way up here because then I'm going to feel like, we have to extend all of this over. And I don't want to do that right now. So for the time being, let's just do something like this. That's an overlapping item here. Okay. We can extend that there, though. If we take this out and we make that be extended, then how's this going to go if we go into highway mode, grab this guy, and bring it through over here? We are getting an overlapping item, but we can build it like this, and now it's fine. Okay. Hi, City Skylines 2 pause menu. We are also a little concerned about this. I don't love that. So let's get this out of here for now and bring this guy up to be about here. Whoa, look at that triangle fan. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that triangle fan. Let's just bring it out like that. Yeah, now it's okay. Cool. No problem. Okay, so ramps. How are we going to end up doing this? Well, we're going to need to use the curve tool here. And this should be pretty simple, really. This should be a really, really simple way of doing things. Because there's not a lot of height difference here. So then this guy would come in, like, down over here, right? And then this guy would just come out up here. And that's the whole interchange. From there, we can probably extend this road. I'm suspecting there's pillars here, but... yeah, there's definitely pillars there. We could certainly take this out and curve it up here. So that it would go out something kind of like... oh, come on, give me 180. Okay, let's just snap to angle. Thank you very much. This would come out something like this. And then we would just have this follow the bend of the highway, right? And for the time being, it would just do something kind of like that for now. We can adjust that later if we need to. We almost certainly will need to. But let's just max out this area real quick by bringing this road down. Not in curve tool, thank you. We don't require additional confirmation clicks. And we'll just bring this guy down. And this guy down. This will come straight on over to be about here or so. I want to snap this just to angle. Okay. That's better. This is a very awkward intersection here. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. No one will ever have anything angry to say about that intersection in the town board meetings. This is never going to be a thing. There will never be anyone upset about this. I say knowing full well that literally everyone will be upset about that. At any rate, that's all of these areas complete. So that is wonderful. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get all these areas zoned up. And that will hopefully stop this low-density residential demand. We'll see. You can leave your offering to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.